Well, hey, long time no hear, no see. Here it is, the second week of September, and we have got a hurricane brewing out in the Atlantic, Hurricane Florence. This is Monday afternoon. Over the weekend, we had over 5 inches of rain. We needed a little bit of rain. We did not need that much rain. But I'm down here at the farm preparing for the hurricane. Now, this is just the creek overflowing its banks from the 5 inches of rain we had over the weekend, along with high tides and the northeast winds that we had pushing this water up. As you can see, the water is already coming out of the creek. The hurricane is expected to dump a lot of rain. The projected path at this point is coming into the Carolinas, but still affecting us with tide surges and rain. So I'm going to move this equipment to higher ground so that salt water doesn't get into the bearings and affect the bearings and everything else. So I'm going to go get the tractor and move this equipment to higher ground. We have seen a foot of water out here before in this spot, and that is just not good for equipment. So I'm going to get it moved and try to prevent any problems in the future. I have been at this hardware store most of the day, getting prepared, putting our order in, ordering generators, chainsaws, water, all of that good stuff. Just trying to be prepared for this. We've already had customers coming in asking, buying the generators we've got. It's Monday, as I said. The storm is not expected to hit land until Thursday, and so we should not see the effects of it until late Thursday or Friday on its current projection. But people are preparing. We're gonna do what we can to help them out with that. Stay tuned. We'll see how this goes. Hey, long time no hear. I am surveying the damage this morning from the remnants of Tropical Storm Michael. We had wind gusts, I think, over 40 miles an hour last night. We've had rain, over 6 inches of rain. We lost power, so my station, I'm not sure how accurate it is, but I do know it's been over 6 inches of rain. So we've got trees down around the area. School's delayed today. I think they're going to end up canceling them. I'm down at the farm now, and holy crap, we've got a lot of water out here. Here I had prepared everything for Hurricane Florence, moved all the equipment. They really talked that storm up. Ended up being nothing. Just 2 days ago, I moved all the equipment back. That was a mistake. Holy shit. I'm not sure how well you will see this, but we've got a lot of water here. Here's the barn with our tractors in it. Oh yeah, we've got water right up here. Did not come inside there. Oh wow, this is a lot of water. But as I said, 6 inches of rain. It just flooded everything. We had no warning of this tropical storm being this bad. Everybody was predicting that Hurricane Florence was going to be bad, and everybody was preparing for that one. They really did not say much about this one. It wasn't until last night at about 6 o'clock when I looked at my weather app, and it had changed and was forecasting wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour, and I was seeing some reports of rain over 4 inches, and I knew then we were not going to do too well with wind gusts of 50 miles an hour, ground already saturated, so trees were going to go down easily. And sure enough, about 10:30 last night, wind started blowing. We lost power at about 11. Yeah, this is a lot of water. All right, I'm going to head up to the hardware store, see if we've got any damage up there, see if we can get open on time. I'm sure we will be busy today with chainsaws, rakes, generators, anything for storm cleanup. Oh boy. Let's walk over here to the rain gauge and see what we've got in here. Oh, it looks like it could be overflowing. Okay. The rain gauge goes to 5.5 inches. And yeah, we're at the top there. So that is over 6 inches. 6.5 inches is would be my guess. That will keep us out of the field a while. The barns look okay. I don't see any tin that has blown off. The doors all seem to be okay. My augers are still standing, but I did have them up against the bins for some wind protection. So it looks like, other than water, we're okay here. There is power here at the farm. Oh yeah, waterfront property, what a joy. You can see the flooding here that we've got from the creek. Apparently the mouth of the creek is open because this water has gone down some compared to earlier this morning. About a month ago, when we had remnants from Hurricane Florence, we got some rain from that. We had some flooding similar to what you're seeing here today. There was a lot of hype over that hurricane. It was, at the time, thought it could affect us with wind and rain. Really hyped up. We sold a number of generators at the hardware store. And I know this area floods, so I moved all of this equipment off of the shore onto higher ground. It was just 2 days ago when I figured the threat of flooding was done, and so I moved all the equipment back, and here we go, this Hurricane Michael, the remnants from it. There was no indication it was going to affect us this badly until about 6 o'clock yesterday evening when I looked at the weather forecast. But the point being is that from Hurricane Florence, the rain that we had, it backed up the creek. And this particular creek, the mouth of this creek does not always stay open. It drains into the Chesapeake Bay, and it does not always stay open. And at the time, from those rains, the mouth was closed. And so this water sat here just like you're seeing it now for almost 2 weeks. It was like this, and it took almost an act of Congress to get the mouth open and to get it drained. I made numerous phone calls, talked to my state representative, talked to county agencies, talked to the neighbors. I had to work, not just myself, but other people on the creek. We had to work hard to get somebody to come in and open this mouth so the water would drain. Hopefully it is still open. As I said, this water has gone down compared to what it was this morning, so fingers are crossed that the mouth is open now and I don't have to go through that same hassle again to get it opened up. The issue comes into who is responsible for it, crossing over private property in order to get to the opening to open it up and get a backhoe out on the beach. As I said, an act of Congress is what it took, but we finally got it done. This water drained, things were starting to dry out. But, well, here we are again. I thought I had left the feeder house down on the ground, and so I came down here to check, but I did lock it up because if it had been on the ground, this water would have been up on there. So I just wanted to come down and check that. So that is the update down here. I know I haven't posted in a while. I just haven't been in the mood to do any video recording or editing. I'll see what happens with the fall. We do have our corn harvested. One of the worst crops I've had in a number of years. But it is all harvested, getting ready for soybeans. Soybeans are ready, but with 7 inches of rain, that will slow us down tremendously. I imagine it's going to be a week before we get in the field, but we'll see how this pans out. So if you recall this morning, there was water all around that bush hog, and so it has gone down that much since this morning. So that is a good sign that the mouth to the creek is open. Let's hope it continues draining. I'm trying to think when the low tide was. We were under flood warning or high tide coastal flood watch until I believe it was 10 o'clock this morning. So that must have been high tide. That's from what I can remember. And so that means we're going to low tide now. So this water hopefully continues draining. I'm going to walk down here to the mouth of the creek and see if it is open. Now I am referring to it as the mouth. I guess most people would refer to it as a channel, but we've always referred to it as the mouth of the creek. And hey, it looks like it's open. We've got a good flow of water running out of this creek. This is great. This is what I like to see. Yeah, this water is running out here pretty good. So this is the Chesapeake Bay that it's running out. It's looking north, and then south is that way, and straight across would be the eastern shore of Maryland. We've got a good wide mouth here. No, I guess it's been 3 weeks to a month ago now. All of this was filled in with sand here, all the way out. When we get a northeast wind from this direction, it'll blow this sand and close this area up, blocks all the water back into the creek, so it cannot come over. So we had a backhoe come down from county government, started back here, just opened a trench about 3 or 4 feet wide all the way out here to the bay. And once he got that trench open, of course the water just starts flowing out and it just keeps cutting it wider and wider. So this is what we like to see, is this water rushing out and this mouth of this creek opened up. Because it does affect a lot of houses on the creek. Not that there's a lot of houses on the creek, but the water just backs up into the backyards. There's some houses not too far this way that had water right at their back step the last go round. I'm sure they had water there this morning as well, but at least it's draining away quickly this go round. Okay, that is the update. We'll see if we can produce any more videos later on this month. In the meantime, see ya!